Welcome to Dr. Jester Talks, and I'm gonna talk about this. From PC Gamer, Microsoft now owns Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Doom. Kind of an improper title. I would say Microsoft now owns Bethesda, or ZeniMax Media, which is the parent company of Bethesda. And they didn't quite do a good job in that regard, in that description, but that's PC Gamer for you, so what can you do? Right? Well, let's read the article. Microsoft has named itself a mammoth acquisition and is now the new owner of ZeniMax Media, the parent company of Bethesda Softworks. This means the Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Quake, Dishonored, and countless more huge series now fall under the Xbox umbrella. Crikey, mate! The deal was announced today by Xbox boss Phil Spencer. Bethesda games have always had a special place on Xbox and in the hearts of millions of gamers around the world. He said, "Our teams have a close and storied history working together, from the amazing first Doom and its ID tech engine innovating games on PCs to Bethesda bringing their first console game to the original Xbox, the groundbreaking Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Over the years, I've had many deep conversations with creative leaders at Bethesda on the future of gaming, and we've long shared similar visions for the opportunities for creators and their games to reach more players in more ways. Here's a list of the studios that come with the acquisition, which comprises about 2,300 people, along with some of their most notable games. Alpha Dog Games and mobile. So those are that make mobile games. Arcane Studios, this needs a look-see look. Arcane Studios Austin, they also need a look-see look in the Arcane Studios. Bethesda Game Studios, Skyrim, Fallout 4, Game Studio Austin, Fallout 76. It needs also a looky look. I think this. Okay, so yeah, okay. Dallas, Montreal, the Softworks ID Software, Doom, and Doom Eternal. That makes me worried that Doom 3 is going to go woke. Machine Games, Modern Wolfenstein, these also needs a looky look. Roundhouse Studios, Rune 2, Tango Gameworks, The Evil Within, Ghost Warrior Tokyo, ZeniMax Online Studio, The Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76. Yes, this is a lot. That's like paying for a very expensive bitch. But it's worrisome because it means there's now a huge company and much more monopoly in games production, and it makes me slightly worried because at any time Microsoft decides to abandon PC gaming like it has done so in the past, we will end up suffering the fallout of this. Hey, Fallout! You got it. I'm gonna show myself out. We are gonna get the fallout of this bad decision, and it's even more so worrisome, if you allow me to say this, is that we might end up getting extra woke games. Not that it wasn't already woke before, with Wolfenstein being super woke and a piece of shit in Wolfenstein, the remake from Wolfenstein 2 and up. And its sequels, the Arcane Dishonored game, which was a massive crap. Well, at least the Dishonored 2, Dishonored 1 was really good. Those are definitely worrisome. And Fallout 76, which was also kind of a problematic release and a massive crap in many eyes, especially that duffel bag kerfuffle. It's definitely worrisome that those things may actually get worse. The ID software or id Software, if it prefer, I don't know. It made jokes about the social justice warriors and all the idiotic things on Doom Eternal, but I'm worried that Doom 3 will start to appease them, and we might even get the Doom Guy Girl type of deal. But I am definitely heavily invested on the Elder Scrolls Online, despite of them saying that this won't affect the Elder Scrolls Online in any way, shape, or form. It just makes me slightly worried. And remember, Microsoft is also the one responsible in giving us the Games for Windows program, which was a massive piece of shit. that not only slow the game, make saving difficult, modding even more difficult. For instance, if you had a save game file from one profile or from game, and somehow you reinstalled or deleted it, but you kept a backup or something, it would refuse to work. Or if you wanted a save file from another person, you lost yours, but the other person had a somewhat similar progress made, you couldn't actually transfer from one to the other without a lot of difficult editing and things like that. When they dropped the services, it forced a lot of companies to repatch their games. Some refused to do so, and now it's kind of a mess to play with. One coffee for all those shenanigans. And I remember how pissed off I was with when I lost my, I think it was Dirt 2 or was the original Dirt. I don't remember. It was calling MacLeod Dirt, but I don't remember which version. I remember how pissed off I was when I lost my save. I went to download one that had more or less the same progress because I didn't want to go through with it, and I had to go jump hops and fences and bitches and hassles to suck just to get it to fucking work on my computer. It was bloody annoying, and that thing, when it broke, the updating system was a pain in the massive fucking ass. Just hopefully Microsoft has learned its lesson and doesn't fuck us up again. Now let's keep on going. With this one admittedly massive purchase, Microsoft has just got its hand in some of the best studios. Let's see, and Obsidian have started finding a line for New Vegas 2. While we wait for the fruits of partnership, more Bethesda games are going to be making their way to Xbox Game Pass, both for console and PC, some like Fallout 76. Bethesda multi-platform publisher, but his acquisition puts the future of Bethesda games on other consoles at risk. Some of its upcoming games have already been announced for various platforms, but the next Elder Scrolls, the next Fallout, we might only be seeing them on PC and Xbox. This one is Matt Fearer, the studio director of ZeniMax Online Studios, issued a statement on Twitter regarding the Elder Scrolls Online, reassuring players that nothing would change for them. Yes, okay, if you'll excuse me, I don't know, I'm gonna doubt a little bit, but because of the nature, and there's more than one company, and it was better when there were multiple companies instead of one owning everything, but still. What worries me is that Elder Scrolls Online is one of the only MMOs I actually currently play, and the only one I actually can withstand or tolerate in MMO forms. I've already explained that, all the reason why, in a couple of videos before, especially in the New World game playthrough that I did, and of the reason why I like Elder Scrolls. But the Elder Scrolls will probably receive a lot more SJW shenanigans into it. They had a borderline quest in which he had a few SJW nonsense inserted into it, especially the Somerset quest lines. They also had some of those, but other social justice shenanigans in some other of the quests were done more tastefully, and on that I approve. And a good example of that is one from the Thieves Guild expansion set that had an alphabet couple. I'm not going to go into details, so not to spoil, but that one was tastefully done and well made, and I loved the quest, so in that regard I approve. But there was one in Somerset that felt really bad and superficial and badly written, but hopefully it doesn't become like the quest I had experienced in Somerset. Anyway, in a separate statement, Bethesda director Todd Howard said this partnership is about more than one system and one screen, so maybe this won't be the end of Bethesda library on PlayStation, but it's not clear. The deal set, Microsoft backed $7.5 billion, so Microsoft is definitely going to want to get its money worth. Hope so. It doesn't become like Disney did with Marvel, which ended up being a massive disaster. The price makes it the second most expensive video game acquisition in history, just behind Tencent's acquisition of the Finnish developer Supercell for 8.6 billion in 2016, several greater than Microsoft's 2014 acquisition of Mojang, which cost 2.5 billion. It's not surprising, of course, given the size of ZeniMax and its long list of properties. What's also not surprising is that Microsoft is announcing this a day before pre-orders of the Xbox Series X and Series S goes live. The consoles aren't due until November 10, but from September 22, you'll be able to secure one, a prospect that will undoubtedly be more tantalizing now. All the more tantalizing now. Well, this is also another thing that I would like to mention, that this one reminded me of Mojang. Mojang ended up taking out the... fuck myself, I forgot the name of the guy. Oh well, not? Something like that? Don't judge me, I'm growing old. But suffice to say, the creator of Minecraft, they ended up taking out his name out of it. Notch, there you go. Notch. I knew it was coming out some way, shape or form. Eventually it does. The joys of my brain. Well, that's what worries me, is that they'll eventually go wokenize everything. Another example of Microsoft wokenizing thing is that they started to take out terms like slave, master out of coding and other things. That's definitely quite worrisome, and that's not something that I want to see in my games more than it already is. It's, well, I don't know if I'm gonna classify this as good news, but definitely not bad or horrible news, by saying. It could have been worse. Tencent could have bought Bethesda, and that would have been even worse. But still, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this, technically. Maybe cautiously not negative? Maybe? Anyway, thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Good night.